Presented in the Great Hall of the Temple of Dender at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, Chanel's 2018 Paris-New York Metier D'art collection set out to renew the codes of the house, with references to ancient Egypt and the spirit of New York, the House of Chanel stated. Inspired by Egyptian civilization and heritage, Karl Lagerfeld reinterpreted this era of over-the-top embellishments and precious ornaments, bringing it up to date. The incredible craftsmanship and rare techniques of the Chanel Maison d'Art were placed at the center of the collection, whose powerful silhouettes dazzled the audience. Susie Menkes noted additional references to the Italian Memphis group, whose furniture the designer collected in the 1980s, and to a time when the discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun in the 1920s set off a wave of Egyptomania, traced so powerfully in the arts and in Manhattan's architecture, such as the Chrysler Building and the other Art Deco skyscrapers. Karl Lagerfeld called on the skills of Chanel's Metier D'art artisans to create uniquely crafted pieces, from the gold shoes by Massaro, that accessorized every look, including embossed gold leather boots with a bejeweled heel, crafted by costume jeweler Daru, and goldsmith Goossens, to Lesage's hand-loomed, custom tweeds interwoven with hand-painted gold ribbon, and dazzling embroidered adornments incorporating stones, from Goossens, used as trims and ornaments on straps, bodices, breastplates and shoulders. The Parisian Atelier of London created delicate accordion pleats in black tulle and organza to add movement to the sleeves and skirts of several silhouettes, and the long, graphic evening dresses that closed the collection featured intricate feather marquetry in blue, red and gold by Maison Le Marais. The alligator and python effects in this collection were also trompe-l'oeil, Vogue Sarah Moa reported. They are now created from stamped leather or even from scale-shaped discs of sparkle. Chanel announced on the eve of the show that the brand will no longer working with crocodile and exotic reptile and stingray skins. So, as Lagerfeld knows well, Egypt has cast a spell over fashion designers for centuries, most notably in the years immediately following Howard Carter's discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun in November 1922, miraculously filled with the treasures that were intended to guide the monarch, who died at the tender age of 18, to the afterlife. The period's fashion and fine jewelry designers went mad for all things Egyptian. Lagerfeld nodded to those with some deco Egyptian detailing, and also sent out a thoroughly 2019 homage to that beautiful boy king in the beautiful boy king persona of Pharrell Williams, with its trompe-l'oeil gorgerine necklace, cleverly worked into the knit. Then, he seemed to riff on the Bangles' 1986 hit Walk Like an Egyptian, with a slew of prints evoking the mean streets of Alphabet City and the New York subway, during that decade, exuberantly reimagined by the contemporary French graffiti artist Cyril Congo, latter-day hieroglyphs you might say, and typical of the connections that Lagerfeld makes in his febrile imaginings. 35 years ago, his fellow design icon André Putman told Vogue of Lagerfeld that every day he's adding facets, thanks to his galloping curiosity and his cultural bulimia. Karl Lagerfeld was then on the eve of debuting his Chanel Haute Couture collection for the house, that he would soon transform into a global mega brand as revolutionary as the one that Gabrielle Chanel herself created in the aftermath of the First World War, and his galloping curiosity, as this collection made abundantly clear, hasn't stopped since.